Alright, so this is a guide for how to submit support desk tickets and stuff. So you open up the game, hit escape or menu, click contact support, and there's 4 things in the help center. Go to suggestions, and there's 2 options, suggestions or reporting a bug. Here I'm going to report a bug that I found, so I'm clicking on that. It's going to ask you for your email. It's going to ask you to specify what kind of bug you think it is. And then it's going to ask you to include dates and timestamps. And honestly, I just put in like 000. It's probably not very helpful, but that's what I do. If you do know the time, there's a system clock on the very far right hand side, so use that. Here I am submitting a unlisted YouTube video for them to look at, see? And then I copy pasted a whole bunch of words and clarified what my issue was or what issue I found. And here, when you're submitting bug reports, you want to include as much information that you think is helpful for being able to recreate the event, and then allowing them to figure out and troubleshoot exactly what the issue is or how the issue is. For me, I had a Narukami with modular weapons, but when I strike, I have my key bindings set to different keys. But then when I swapped to my modular weapon, it reverted my key bindings to the default keys, and then it made me like a sitting duck in matchmaking. So that's another reason why I'm not playing matchmaking as much. And this is like a season 1 change, so there's definitely bugs and issues, especially when they're changing a lot of things in coding. Here I block out my email because I don't want to dox myself, and I don't want you guys to send me all the spam that you have. I already get enough. And at the very end, you want to include the CAPTCHA code to make sure you're verified as a human. And double check your work, make sure you have all the helpful information. And yeah, they're gonna ask you to submit a log file, and I'll cover that shortly. I'm just reviewing everything that I wrote and then typing in all sorts of stuff in order to make sure that they have an idea. So here you can also submit screenshots, or you can do what I did and upload an unlisted YouTube video and then send them the link to the YouTube video, and they'll be able to look at it and determine, hey, okay, this is what they're seeing. If you can, try to edit the YouTube video to contain the bug, if that makes sense, or give them timestamps of the video where the bug is found, if it's like gameplay video that you've uploaded that it is public. After you completed all that, you double checked, it'll submit successfully, and then you'll wait a bit, and then you should get a response from the dev team. And then if you want to submit suggestions, you can hit back, and then you can go to suggestions there, or click on the top left on the Amazing Season Games, and then scroll down to suggestions. You get your suggestions and report a bug. Here you can click on suggestions. You got to type in an email, say what your suggestion is, and then upload any relevant files, and then type in the CAPTCHA. And then you can click on your profile on the top right to see any support tickets that you have. I have a lot of them because, well, my game had a black screen of death at the launch, or like 1 week after launch, and I was trying to troubleshoot figuring it out. And ever since then, I've just been in constant communication with the devs. Here's another support ticket. You can pause anywhere and read it if you want to read it, but it goes over some stuff. It goes over their response, my response, and the form submission. It includes your email as well as your initial form. This specific support ticket was for finding a sniper stuck in the wall in one of the restricted zones in the purple, in the hard restricted zones. And so I submitted a video of gameplay, a link from YouTube to them, and then gave them the timestamp to find out where it is. And then they asked me to upload my log files, and I did that and all that stuff. So yeah, if you want to read, you can pause here and do all that stuff. I covered how to submit bug reports, so hopefully that is enough. If you have any questions, please leave any of your questions in the comments down below. You can click on the top right and look at your correspondences. You can see all the support tickets. Here's a suggestion support ticket that I've made. And this one linked to the South American opinions, as well as how they feel that would revive the game in South America server regions. And then I included a link to the YouTube video that I posted, and they did actually check it out. So as you can see, they read the message for like at that time, and then 4 hours later they watched and translated a 1 hour or so video, and they were able to translate a lot of key points and suggestions that were in the video. So the devs do respond to these tickets, and they do understand and read what you have provided, as well as check out your videos. Now obviously don't do this to just make them watch videos and farm video views like me, but if you do have valid suggestions and you care about the future of this game, this is one way to help them get it. So after a bit, you should receive something in the mail saying that they've responded to your bug support or bug report ticket. And what they'll do is they'll ask you to exit the game and go to the game launcher, upload log files, and then after you've uploaded the log files, they want you to come back and then tell them that you've uploaded the log files, and they'll take a look at your gameplay stuff. So exit the game. At the top right or bottom right, there's a gear icon where you can upload files, and you can start uploading files. Don't close out of the launcher. You can keep it open. Don't close out of launcher, and after a while, 20 minutes later or so, you can upload. The log files will be uploaded. Then you can open up the game, and then go back to the menu system in the bottom right, or hitting escape or whatever, and then you can, here's your little seizure warning. Seizure-rific, yeah. And then you can send them a message responding to that ticket saying that, hey, I have submitted and uploaded the log files. And then, you wait a bit and they'll respond, and they'll say whether or not they are fixing it or all this other stuff, or they have noted it. And then you can just move on with your life, because now the ball's in their court and it's up to them to try to resolve the issue. And it can take a long time to troubleshoot even minor things. So, the best thing you can do is just raise the alarm and send them the issue or the bug, and then let them try to decipher exactly how to fix it or what they can do to fix it. Something minor like a sniper bot spawns being stuck in the wall is pretty minor, but some other issues could be a lot more major in the back end, in the software and coding and stuff. Here I'm just typing in, hey, yeah, thank you. I don't know exactly, what caused it. I'm not sure if it's specifically my striker, my key bindings, or any of that jazz, but I've already uploaded the game file so they can look at the majority of what they need to, and they'll make a determination with their technical workers on their end to figure out what the issue is and hopefully fix it. So yeah, just put the ball in their court and let them do their things. And that's it, yeah. And now I'm going to go over some suggestions on giving suggestions. Everyone has ideas and opinions, not all of them are good, so make sure that you humble yourself before you tell anyone or anything to do any new changes or anything. You can give your opinions and you can add it as a suggestion, but don't expect them to actually implement any changes. And especially if you feel that there needs to be nerfs or buffs, you can maybe bring that up, but I don't want you spamming the developers and wasting their time because you're crying about a specific striker being too overpowered or something like that. They have the game data. They have a lot of game data, and they're already, analyzing that on many fronts beyond what you're probably even conceiving. So give them room to breathe and let them do their artistic work to make things better. If you do have suggestions that you think are very minor but would make a major difference, it's always good to vocalize some of those. But don't always think that your opinion's right, because, they're like, how often are you right in life? How often is anyone right in life? I would say we're probably wrong like 90% most of the time. And the only thing that we think all we do is think we're right, but we're not actually right. So you can just kindly, professionally, with decorum, let them know what you think and what you wish to see and how some things could be optimized. But at the end of the day, it is their game, and then they have to balance their artistic vision for what they want to see in the game and how they want the game to feel and play, as well as running their game. Because at the end of the day, they're they're doing this from a business standpoint as well, if not at least an artistic standpoint. And no one, I don't know if you ever told a painter, hey, you shouldn't paint like that. It really comes off as rude. So make sure that you keep your ego in check and be very humble when you're talking to the support ticket devs. I don't want you spamming them with a whole bunch of piss poor suggestions. And always, if you find a bug, document your issues. The devs do read these support tickets. Well, maybe not the devs themselves, but like the support team that does read the support tickets do send it to the relevant teams that are the developers. And they do care about the game. They care about it being a success. I care about it being a success. So if you genuinely care about the game being a success, then you have to provide objective criticisms and feedback, as well as maybe a suggestion for how it can improve and not just whine and complain. So if you don't understand what objective criticisms is or are, I would just say don't use the support ticket feature for suggestions. However, if you play the game and you find an issue or a bug or it crashes or anything like that, I would definitely submit a bug report and let them deal with it. Put the ball in their court, let them know, and let them deal with it. Yeah, I think I've said my piece. This was pretty straightforward. Please don't spam the devs on shitty ideas, please. There's a lot of, I don't know if you see the differences in Season 0 and Season 1 with all the different nerfs, buffs, and patches, but they're definitely working on things. So be respectful and notice that they're actually doing a pretty phenomenal job of changing the game for the better. I would say the difference between Season 0 and Season 1, I would say 80% of the changes are very welcomed and very good for all players. There's, 20% that I personally disagree with, and I imagine other people would probably disagree with too, but they are going in the right direction, I think, and I'm very hopeful. So please submit your bug reports as you see them, especially with the new season, and I imagine this video will probably be relevant come next patch notes, or the next hot fixes, or even the next season 2. So keep that in mind. Hopefully you've listened to all that I've said, and hopefully that makes a lot of sense. Anyways, thank you for watching. I'm gonna go make some random guides and post some slop gameplay video. Enjoy life. Feel free to follow if you want, or ask questions down below. If you have any questions about the game or have any questions about how to implement things, there are other ways to submit support tickets via the website or via email. You can do those too. This is just showing you how to use the in-game features to contact the devs, and also how to easily access it in-game without having to log into a CSUN account or your email or any of that jazz. Hopefully this helps you out. Please, please, please always submit bug reports for if you find any issues or bugs, because chances are you're probably not the only one with them, and chances are if no one says anything about the bug, then it's going to go unnoticed, but it's going to make everyone else's lives an issue or problematic. Yeah, hopefully I said my piece, and again, be humble with your opinions. Please don't annoy them with dumb shit. Please don't annoy them with dumb shit. Yeah, alright. Cheers. Injecting opium particles.